My God, can this get any more complex or dangerous?
Well, I don't think they're fighting with UNIFIL. UNIFIL is not there to fight anybody, as we know. This is a
Well, it can shoot
peacekeeping.
back when it's shot at.
Of course, and by the way, the incidents that we've seen thus far involving Irish troops that happen to be part of that organization, the Irish soldiers have behaved with commendable restraint. And that's the point I was trying to get to
I guess
before.
that's because Ray McGovern was not their commander.
Yeah, probably. No, listen, you don't want hotheads running the show in CENTCOM, and we certainly don't want a war with Russia and Iran. That's the point. That's why let us assume that some American soldiers are killed. Do we instantly commit the entire United States, all 340 million people, our scientific industrial base and the armed forces, to all-out war? I don't think so. And I think that I'm sure that the CENTCOM commander has received some very specific orders on that score. Professional soldiers, especially their officers, are expected to exercise restraint and control over their emotions. And however angry they may be, they understand the consequences of their actions. And no one wants this war. Mr. Netanyahu does, but we certainly do not.
Here's the president of France responding to what he believes were deliberate targeting by Israeli armed forces on French troops working with UNIFIL. Cut number 2.
It is totally unacceptable for UNIFIL troops to be deliberately targeted by Israeli armed forces. We condemn it. We do not and will not tolerate it happening again.
Before you respond, here's what he said this morning in a full screen. We don't have the tape of it. Mr. Netanyahu must not forget that his country was created by a decision of the United Nations. Therefore, this is not the time to disregard the decisions of the UN. What do you think, Colonel? Europe going to get involved in this?
No, I don't think so. The Europeans are not really capable of very much. And I certainly understand the sentiments expressed by Mr. Macron, but he's very unlikely to become involved in a direct confrontation with the Israelis. If anything, he's probably had back channels from us telling him to butt out, which I suspect he will probably do. The Israelis are riding high in the saddle. And by that, I mean the arrogance and the self-confidence that arrogance sometimes breeds is out of control. If you watch Israeli television, when the people are discussing in panel settings what's happening, there is no sense of the casualties that have been taken already in Gaza or in South Lebanon. There is no sense that Israel could lose, none whatsoever. Their news is as carefully predigested and disseminated as our own. So the real question, which is what you began this with, was, will Israel survive it? You and I and others who are looking at this and hopefully looking at it objectively are sensing that it might not.
Iran's drone program, in particular, has emerged as a game changer in the evolving power dynamics of the Middle East. These drones are capable of bypassing some of the most sophisticated air defenses in the world, including those deployed by both the US and Israel. The ability to evade detection and deliver precision strikes gives Iran a significant.
Would you be interested in collecting 5-figure paychecks for a few hours of work, helping me in your spare time from home? I'm on a mission to recover
advantage in any potential conflict. McGregor stresses that Israel and its allies should not underestimate the effectiveness of these drones, which have already been used to devastating effect in various conflicts across the region, including in Yemen and Syria. Iran's mastery of drone warfare represents a new era in military confrontations, where traditional air superiority may no longer be the decisive factor. Moreover, Iran's missile capabilities, particularly its long-range ballistic missiles, present another formidable challenge. With over 2,000 missiles reportedly positioned and ready for launch, Iran has the capacity to inflict significant damage on Israeli cities, military bases, and even US installations throughout the Middle East. These missiles are not only numerous, but are believed to be equipped with advanced targeting systems, making them capable of hitting critical infrastructure with a high degree of precision. For Israel, this presents a terrifying prospect. Any preemptive strike on Iran could result in a massive retaliatory attack that overwhelms Israel's missile defense systems and inflicts widespread devastation. The complexities of this potential conflict go beyond the military dimension. Geopolitically, a war between Israel and Iran would have far-reaching consequences, drawing in regional and global powers and destabilizing an already volatile Middle East. For the United States, which has long been a close ally of Israel, the stakes are equally high. While Washington may be inclined to support Israel in a conflict with Iran, the cost of such an intervention, both in terms of human lives and geopolitical fallout, could be immense. The US has spent decades trying to avoid another major war in the Middle East, and a direct conflict with Iran could drag the region into a prolonged and bloody conflict with no clear end in sight. In conclusion, while Israel may feel compelled to confront Iran in what it perceives as a necessary move to preserve its regional dominance, the risks are staggering. Iran's well-prepared military, equipped with advanced drones, missiles, and potentially secretive warplanes, is ready to retaliate in force. Colonel Macgregor's analysis underscores the danger of underestimating Iran's capabilities and the assumption that US intervention will guarantee Israeli victory. If Israel and its allies proceed with a strike on Iranian facilities, they may find themselves facing a far more formidable and resilient opponent than they anticipated, leading to a conflict that could reshape the Middle East for generations to come.